So today we're going to be doing the buyer's consultation. Now, Travis and I did speak earlier this morning about some things that we are thinking about changing, but we're going to discuss those with Jordan later on this week. But essentially, yeah, the buyer's consultation, it's something that we haven't visited for a while. And you know, I know I can't stress enough, Travis, I know you can't stress enough, the importance of it. You know, being able to avoid some conversations down the road with clients because we're being upfront and we're vetting them. And we're basically like, they're applying to use us as a realtor. So it's one of my, I think the most important script. And so what we'll do without further ado is ring, ring, ring. Or I mean, hey, Travis, how you doing? Thank you for meeting me at the property today.
Hey, what's going on, Andre? Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for setting this up for us.
Hey, anytime at all. Hey, look, I'm gonna get the key out of the lockbox, but while I have you, while I'm doing that, Travis, what's kind of got you motivated to make the home purchase?
Oh man, I just think it's time. I have 2 kids at home, a dog. Need a little space. I'm renting right now, so I just think it's taking the next step.
No, I hear you. You said you have a few kids and a dog?
Yeah, yes, I do.
What kind of dog?
I have an English bulldog.
Oh man, those are fun. I just actually saw a video of one tackling garbage cans the other day, and it was pretty hilarious. Is he a tank or what?
Oh, dude, that boy is super thick, and he's scared of everything. So he's the opposite of most bulldogs.
So literally, basically, you have 3 boys. Then. You have 3 kids then.
Yes, and 4 if you include myself.
And a backyard's obviously going to be something that's going to be important. Okay, no, perfect. So, just getting started off with the process. So Travis, I mean, what specifically are you looking for in a home?
Well, to be honest, I'd like 3 bedrooms, 2 baths is like a minimum. Obviously anything more is great. But like you said, a yard, and then I like a nice open kitchen. Because I like to entertain.
Okay, perfect. No. So backyard, kitchen, 2 bed, at least 2 bed, 2 bath. Backyard.
3 bed, 2 bath.
Okay. Backyard. Okay, kitchen, 3 bed, 2 bath. Okay. No, awesome. So how long have you been looking?
We're really in kind of like in the infant stage. This is our first house that we've actually gone and visited, but we've kind of started the process about 3 weeks ago.
Oh man, congratulations. So just getting started 2-3 weeks ago, first time home buyer. That's awesome. I'm assuming you guys haven't talked to a lender yet?
I have talked to a lender, but I haven't submitted any documents or anything.
Okay. And, it's great that you've been in contact with a lender, Travis. If you do want a second opinion, or you want to, after we're wrapped up here, you want to speak to one of our preferred lending partners, can certainly get you in contact with one of them. And the great thing about you being a first-time home buyer is there's a lot of programs out there that actually help you with, the cost of being a homeowner, which is pretty freaking awesome. So
yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. So I think when we find the right home, I'll probably submit all the documents, so that way we can, make a move on it.
No, I hear you 100%, Travis. And I'll tell you, man, the last thing I want to do is you see a home, obviously you fall in love with it. And then, with all the competition and everything out there, you're not in a position to put an offer on it right away. I know we're meeting at this house, but like I said, my job as your agent is to make sure that I'm putting your best foot forward and putting you in the best, obviously, position possible. So when we're shopping at homes, we know we're shopping in a price range that we can afford with a monthly payment that we like, and we know exactly how much it's going to cost for us to close on the property. So that's awesome. Now, I know I've thrown a lot at you, Travis. Did you have any questions for me?
No, he actually answered, gave me some good information about the lender and being ready to go when the home comes. So yeah, that was pretty good.
No worries at all. Like I said, man, I have your best interest. I just want to make sure that I'm making home buying easy for you and really taking the stress out of it. So let's kind of talk about this crazy hot market that we're in, Travis. I'm sure you've heard it on the news, social media, so on and so forth. So there's really 3 things that I've identified as somebody in the trenches that we're really dealing with in this market. First things first is, every house that you see listed, think of that list price as like a base price and you're at an auction, as we're seeing people bid that price up. So whatever website website you're searching on. The second thing is, sellers are getting multiple offers on properties on that every property essentially that's being listed. So it's just really important that if we see a property we love, Travis, that we put our best foot forward and we're aggressive in our approach as far as offering our best terms up front, because we're not seeing many offers being countered back. And the last thing is what we call the appraisal gap, or bridging the appraisal. And what that means, Travis, is homes are selling for more than what they're being appraised for. And there's a gap between, the appraisal price and that purchase price. And sellers are expecting you as a buyer to make up that difference. They're expecting you to do that. So with that being said, I know cash is king, but if we were to run into a situation where we dealt with that, Travis, how much are you comfortable with kind of allocating towards that?
Well, I'd have to see after like what a down payment would be and all that stuff like that. But, I mean, I have about 25,000 in the bank, I was going to put towards the house. So, I mean, if I really love the home and I have anything extra than that to get it done, I mean, I'm more than willing to use some.
Okay. No, perfect. Awesome, man. No, that's great. Like I said, it's just good to know, good information for you to know going into this process. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about what we do differently at the Camara Group to help so many people, especially first-time homebuyers like yourself, make their first home purchase. We are a 24-hour full-service team. I'm only going to work with a small number of clients like yourself, Travis. So you're going to get 100% of my time, 100% of the time, which is great for you. If there's any properties that I see weekly or daily, I'm going to preview those on your behalf. Also, once we get into contract on your property, I'm going to meet all the guidelines with all the affiliates to make sure that it's a really smooth closing. And also too, I'm going to look for deals that aren't also on the MLS. I'm going to look for off-market properties. We helped several families actually last year purchase off-market properties where they didn't have to worry about the competition. Bottom line, Travis, I'm going to negotiate aggressively on your behalf. And it's ultimately my job to take all the stress off of your plate and make this a smooth and simple process. Okay.
No, yeah, absolutely. That sounds great, man.
Awesome. And now, can you obviously see why, us having this conversation ahead of time, Travis, would really help set you up for success in your next home purchase?
Yeah, man, you definitely shined some light on some things I had questions about and the whole process. So I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Awesome. And last question, man, are you comfortable and confident in our team's ability to help you purchase your next home?
Yes.
All right, man. Well, perfect. I'm definitely excited to hear that. I'm excited to embark on this journey with you, man. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and, I'll get you set up on a search when I get back to the office, and then up to you, man. I don't know if you want to go pursue things with that lender, or if you'd like to have our preferred lender get in contact with you, whatever works best for you. But like I said, man, I just want to make sure that all the numbers make sense for you and we're shopping with a monthly budget that you guys can afford in homes that you love, obviously.
No, yeah, please send me your information, or you can give her mine, whatever works best. And I'd like to check out my options.
Okay, perfect. Awesome, man. Well, Travis, thanks so much for meeting me, man. I'll go ahead and get you set up on a search when I get to the office, and I'll be in touch soon.
Perfect. Thank you, Andre.
You're welcome.
That was fantastic, Bubba. Way to go. It's like the back of your hand.
One line that I love to use instead of I'm working with a small number of clients like yourselves, is that you get 100% of my time, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I just like to use that one.
It's never a bad one.
But yeah, I mean, these things are really important, because what if I didn't ask, did you have a lender? What if I didn't kind of he gave me that objection about wanting to wait to find the right house, which we do get that objection. And I just politely told him hey, you know what? That's great thinking, but unfortunately, I don't want you to shoot yourself in the foot.
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. And that's why I threw that to.
Yeah. Any other feedback, Travis? Anyone?
Well, I mean, me and you have kind of talked about it before this role play. We know the new hot market, right? It may have kind of changed, or it's kind of shifting and whatnot. So we are in the works of kind of updating. I would say we're probably gonna have to update the consultation a little bit. But that's obviously what we use this for, guys, is to kind of see how motivated our client is, to see what position they're in, their time frames, and obviously show them that we're the market expert and we know what's going on currently. So, that's no real feedback, but I kind of, I'm sure everybody's aware that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing because yesterday on my showing buyers consultation, I had to delete that part since the listing was on the market for a long time and they didn't have any offers.
Mhm.
I had to like shift it and say like the market is shifting and changing. The buyer has a little bit, less competition than before right now. So
Yeah, and we've kind of talked about it, and we're trying to hammer out three things that we're noticing in this market more, that are favorable, obviously for the buyer. So that way we still give them the market expertise that they need, and that we know what the hell's going on, and that we're going to give them the best deal possible and all that good stuff.
And we're not going to guarantee them either. Like we're telling them, hey, look, we're seeing these opportunities come up in this market.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't continue, I can't 100% guarantee you, but we are seeing more of these specific things come back in the market.
Yeah, and we're just trying to set expectations that way. It's like, hey, we're seeing this, but it's not it's not that way in every case, So, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Helen. We do obviously have to update those sort of, but yeah, that's what we're doing. We're always going to be updating our trainings and our scripts.
Okay, now, does anybody want to do the buyer's consultation? I know it's been a while. Do we have anybody outside of Travis?
You know what? I'm willing to go for it.
Okay. Andrea, I love you, Andrea. Look at you.
Look, Travis,
just hopping in.
You want to be the buyer again, Travis?
You go ahead and be the buyer this time.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to take this one.
Okay, so I'm the agent.
Yeah.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Okay, wait, let me start over again. I was just centering
myself. We're at the property.
Okay, all right. Oh, hi, my name is Andrea Fopiano, and thanks for meeting me here today. How long have you been searching?
About 2 weeks.
Okay, all right. So is this area that we're in now the area that you want to keep with, or are you willing to? Okay, all right, great. So through your searches, what have you found that you really liked as far as homes are concerned? 3-bedroom, a pool, no pool, big backyard, small backyard, all of those things.
Just 3-bed. I just need a regular 3-bed, 2-bath.
Okay. Special. Are you looking at something that's maybe a newer build, or you want something older? What are your
I have no preference as long as the house is in good shape.
Okay. All right. Well, great. My next question is, are you on a time frame? Are you looking to move 6 months, 3 months, next year?
In the next 60 days.
In the next 60 days. Okay. All right. Then we'll start hopping on that, on the showings and getting you into a property. Being that you're at a 60-day time frame, have you been talking to any lenders lately?
Yeah, I actually am pre-approved already.
Okay.
We just got pre-approved.
All right. So, just as we go along, I will need the name and number of your lender so I can have communication with them. And also, if you do write an offer on a property, we will need that pre-approval letter as well as proof of funds to go in with the offer, because when you have those two items, it makes a very, very strong offer to the seller to really look at. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so I was going to stop you right there. So real quick, and this is just a quick coaching moment. So got pre-approved for a client. Great. That's awesome. Most people that get started out with the process are out looking for homes before they even get pre-approved. So it's really great, Andrea, that you were ahead of the curve. Leave it there, because obviously, because they are pre-approved at the end of the conversation and they agree to use you as their agent, then you can ask for the pre-approval information.
Okay.
But you want to build that rapport and everything like that. So just it's easy to get kind of long-winded on that, but just say, hey, great, you're ahead of the curve. You're making my job easier. This is awesome.
Okay.
Good stuff. Just little things like that. So go ahead. So we'll pick up after the lender. And then
okay. All right. So I'm really happy that you're pre-approved. Do you want to, well, here's the property. Let's go in and take a look at it.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. We're finished with the property now. So what did you really like about this property?
I mean, it's great. It's updated. It's got everything I need, and the price is great.
Okay. Sounds like you really like it a lot. I have 2 other properties that I brought with me. Do you have time to go look at those, or are you kind of focused on this one?
You know what? I'm really like, I mean, we can look at them, but like, I love this house, to be
You do?
honest,
Okay.
and I definitely want to write an offer on it. Like, today.
Okay, all right. Well, that's great. Now, when we write the offer, after that, it will need an appraiser to come out and appraise it.
So here's
Um,
here's the deal. Because I said I want to write the offer,
uh-huh.
you don't even need to go into that.
Oh, I don't? Okay.
'Cause here's the
Okay.
thing, like I'm raising my hand and I'm saying, hey, like pick me, pick me, pick me, pick
Okay.
me.
All right. All right,
So,
sir.
and I was making it easier for you because you do have that happen sometimes on the buyer's consultation. So you have to, when you hear certain cues, you have to basically understand, okay, when you hear certain cues, it's like, hey, I'm raising my help. Or it's like basically if they're like, hey, I want to write an offer on this house. Okay, let's,
Okay.
you want to
Yeah,
write
I
an
get
offer?
too
Great,
long-winded.
no, you're fine. And the reason why we get long-winded sometimes is because like we not that we get freaked out, but we get long-winded because we don't know exactly what to say. You're throwing yourself to the fire. I give you major props and major kudos. You know, it takes a lot of gusto to say, hey, screw it, I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying? And these role plays are here for us to get better. So like I think that you went through it really well. We just have to tighten up a few things like like getting a little long-winded, but here's the deal. This is why we practice. This is why we practice with each other. So when we go and meet that client, when we go and, you know, are in these real life situations, we can really knock it out of the park.
Yeah. Well, it does help a lot. That's why I volunteer.
No, that's awesome. And I think as you should do that. So no, that's great. Let's see here. Brittany, would you like to do a buyer's consultation?
I'm in the car. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit, yeah. But I don't want you to multitask while you're driving if that's too much for you.
Yeah, I'll be at my destination in like 10 minutes. Can someone jump in before then?
Yeah, no, I'll see. Let me see here who we got. Okay, Travis is back on.
Sorry about that. Had a phone call.
It's okay. So Travis, let's have Bella be the buyer. And then
buyer, okay,
agent.
yeah.
And I have a feeling Bella. The reason why I want Bella to be the buyer is because Bella's been having some great questions that she's been being asked, and I have a feeling during this buyer's consultation, Travis, she's going to ask you some questions, and it's going to be a great opportunity for her to see how we navigate that, and then also for all of our other agents to see kind of what happens if we kind of get asked something that's outside the buyer's consultation.
Let me be a picky buyer.
Okay,
That's fine. That's fine. But that's fine. That's fine. That is okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Are we ready?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Hey, Bella, thank you so much for meeting me here at the property today. I'm really looking forward to showing you this home and you know, helping you get your home search started. So, you know, I just have a few questions before we actually go into the property. You know, what are some of the reasons you're looking to make this move right now, Bella?
So, we are moving from Florida to California.
Very nice. Going from one a sunshine state to another sunny state. It's not a bad move.
Yes. So, the first thing is my husband's job. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, is it just you and your husband moving out here, or you got bringing some family with you?
We have a dog.
Love it. What kind of pup do you got?
It's a German Shepherd.
Oh, some of the most loyal pups out there. So I love being a good German Shepherd. So, you know, and also, you know, how long have you kind of been searching, you and your husband? I know you guys have a little bit of a time crunch, you know, from moving out here from Florida.
We've been searching for 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect. And have you seen anything you really liked or loved yet when you're doing your search?
No, not yet.
Okay. Now, while you're looking at these homes, what are some of the things you're looking for? You know, any important features, you know, bedrooms, bathrooms, what kind of things are we looking for?
Okay, so we want a pool, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 or 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
Okay. Perfect, perfect. And what area are you looking in? You know, we're in Manteca right now. Are you looking just in Manteca or any of these surrounding cities?
Tracy.
Tracy, preferably. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Now, I know you said you've been looking for 2 months. You're moving from out of state, from Florida over this way. Is there a certain time frame you need to be in your next home?
Yes. Actually, we have a 30-40 days, which is month for a month and a half.
Awesome. So we really got to pick up the search and find you a home fairly quickly, if that's what I'm hearing, correct?
Right.
Awesome. Now, to get this thing really into gear, have you spoken to a lender as far as, what kind of things you need to be pre-approved, financially, or your financial options?
Yes, we got approved and we are good to go. I think we're ready.
Awesome. That's great news. Obviously, that's the first step, because I always hate when I have to show some homes to clients that don't have those ready, and then they miss out on an opportunity to be a homeowner for something they really like. So you're already a step ahead of the game, Bella. Now, I know I've done a lot of talking and I've asked you a bunch of questions, but do you have any questions for me at this time?
Yeah, the last thing I would like to mention is we want to buy a house, like that house supposed to be like a little far away from other house.
Okay, so you just want a larger lot, maybe in a
Larger
little
lot,
bit
yeah.
more of a rural kind of setting?
Yes, we
Okay.
don't want to be too close to the people.
Hey, I don't blame you at all. You like your privacy, and that's totally fair. And I don't see that being an issue, especially out here. So we'll look for something along those lines for you. And, as your agent, being out here in California, dealing in the trenches, our market may be a little bit different than what the Florida market is. And there's really 3 things that I've noticed in today's market that is happening here in California. The first thing is that every home that you're looking at on Zillow, Redfin.com, Realtor.com, when you see that list price, it's more of like a starting bid, right? And then these homes, the second thing is these homes are getting multiple offers, anywhere from 5 to 8 offers on a given property. And it's really important to be putting our most competitive offer forward first. That way we kind of stick out and we can have successful an offer getting accepted and, in a good time frame for you and your husband to get on out here. And then the last thing is that we notice is what we like to call bridging the gap for an appraisal. So essentially what that is if you get a home, you have a purchase price, and then the home comes back less than what our purchase price is as far as value, we're able to bridge that gap to get to the original price that we committed to. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, cash is king. Do we have any funds that are available that you guys are comfortable using other than what's for your down payment to maybe bridge a gap in appraisal?
We actually want to try with VA loans.
Okay, no, not a problem. Now, but speaking of like actual funds that are put aside, do you have anything that would be left over as far as like out of pocket?
Yeah.
Or anything like that?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just in case we get in that situation, I want to make sure that we have the expectations set, that we're able to do something about it. Okay. Now, the last thing, Bella, I like to go over is what we do here at the Camara Group that's different than any other brokerage, right? I don't have a ton of clients that I have clients that I like to work with one-on-one with, so I put a good special touch as far as customer service goes. We door knock communities to find homes for our clients. We even have potential off-market properties that we find for most of our buyers as well. We put 12 families in off-market homes last year, so they didn't even have to compete with other buyers. Another thing is that we're working together with your lender and your other affiliates, so that way we have a smooth transaction, easy close of escrow, so that way we get you into your home in a timely manner. Since you're moving all the way from out of state in Florida to come out to California. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So with that being said, do you see how beneficial it is to actually sit down and kind of talk and break down this game plan for you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And, my job as your realtor is to really take the stress of home buying off your shoulders. So that way you can just worry about moving from Florida to California. I worry about taking care of the home search, finding the home for you, and making sure everything goes smooth so you don't have any additional headaches than finding a moving company. Okay.
Yes, it's you're actually right. It's little stressful moments when you move in from other states and you're not sure.
Especially, it's not just like you're coming from Arizona either. You're coming from across the country. So, there's a whole lot of things that go into that. And if I can take the whole finding a home off your plate and the whole transaction off your plate and make you feel comfortable and at ease with the whole process, that's what I'm here to do. Okay.
Right.
Awesome. So Bella, are you comfortable and confident in my ability to be your realtor and help you and your family get from Florida out to this way?
No, I'm just kidding. Yes.
Nailed. I knew it was a little bumpy, but geez, Bella. No, no, perfect. Perfect, Bella. Well, then I'll just go ahead and find another client. Good luck on your move. But awesome. Any feedback? Believe me, it's the appraisal gap one was rusty for me. Just going through that one, and then the whole, but I felt like the rapport building was there, and the question asking and finding everything else was good to go. So, any feedback or criticisms? I'm open for all of it.
No, but I just realized I need to go through all this scripts and training again because I'm missing a lot. Sounds like.
Hey, it's just all honestly. I go through it pretty, spot on, but it's all about feel with your conversation, right? You may not have to ask some of these questions to some buyers that you show up and meet at the property because you already know, right? Or you kind of understand what's going on already. And like I said, with the market kind of changing, we might change up the educating your client portion.
Yeah.
To make it more current, but finding the information and seeing the motivation of your client is essentially what the buyer's consultation is for, right? You want to make sure you have a strong client, and then also that they're comfortable and confident in your ability to be their agent.
Yeah, and as Andre said yesterday, don't be bothered. So I was trying to when I do script training, don't get bothered from the questions, random questions, anything that or you don't know.
And also take your time with the questions. If you get something that you may not know, just take your time with take a second and breathe and think through the question. And then, obviously if they say, oh, did you hear me? It's like, yeah, I'm just actively listening. I'm just, thinking up a solution for your question right now, and nobody's going to fault you for that because you're actually trying to give them proper information and not just jumping the gun and with any answer that comes to the top of your head.
Yeah.
Arrgh! I got something to say.
Go.
So the guerrilla approach, like Andrea said in the expired training, right? Like we have the thing where we want to say everything perfectly to a T, right? And when we're out doing these consultations, like we're getting frustrated, like, oh crap, what did I forget? Oh my God, I forgot this. But what we have to remember is that people are going to work with people that they relate to. And so it's really important that we're authentic. Hey, if we jumble a word or if we do anything like that, you mentioned, Bella, to be unbothered. And the best way to become unbothered is to continue to show up to the role plays and to also study the scripts. The script is a roadmap. But the way you say it, the scripts are there to teach us what we need to say, but the scripts create the dialogue. So if we're scripted, we sound like robots. If we're creating dialogue, it's like Jordan talked about, we're playing ping pong. We're just bowling the ball back and forth, and it's a conversation, not a consultation, if that makes sense. Yes, we're consulting them, but we're having a conversation and we're making them feel comfortable to bounce those ideas off of us, and we're bringing clarity and confidence to them. So they're like, hey, yeah, I definitely want to work with you.
And the last question, do we have any new agents here right now on the call?
I thought I saw
Luis,
who recently had first buyer consultation. And I just want to hear, how was it? Or any of you.
I want to tell you, I want to say something from what happens with me usually. Just remember that the person in front of you does not know what the script is. So not know if you mess up or if you forgot a part or anything. It's only you. So even if you don't cover something and, later on you remember, just go ahead and continue with the conversation. Don't let that stop you or let you stumble in your conversation with them. Just be natural. I haven't done a full consultation yet with any of my clients, because usually I have had already spoken to them, because they're mostly my Sierra lead. So I've already known most of the questions that are asked on the buyer consultation. So everyone that comes in is a unique situation. So you have to be able to adapt. And as Andre said, the more you feel comfortable and just like conversing with them, you're not going to feel burdened with the script as much as you think it is through the role plays.
Exactly.
Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
No, you're absolutely right. What in the world?
Yeah, just the biggest thing is we're going into a market that maybe some of our agents that haven't been in the industry long enough are new to. We're not in the market now where you can just put a sign in the front yard and pray for a home to get sold, especially for sellers. For buyers, we're seeing these opportunities, that we haven't seen for a while, which is great. But this is why it's really important for us to study these scripts. It's really important for us to bounce ideas off of each other and have an open dialogue. Like ultimately, at the end of the day, we're here to help each other get better. And how we get better is by showing up, by practicing. And that way, when we go in the game situation, we're not practicing on these prospects. We're doing the practice behind closed doors. So when our number gets called and it's time for us to go into the game, we're going to be effective, and we're going to create the most out of each and every opportunity that we come in front of, and we're going to be efficient. That's the biggest thing. Like, we don't want any of you to go out on 10 buyers consultations and only have one client to work with. Like, we want you to go on 10 and we want you to get 7 out of 10, and all of a sudden now you have multiple buyers in your car that you're taking to look at properties. You're gaining that confidence and knowledge in yourself on what you're capable to do. And you're convinced that the level of service that you're providing them as a real estate agent, they're not going to get anywhere else. And so that's why it's really important that, we just continue to really be there for each other and to come to these. This is what makes the world of a difference with us is by the role playing and just getting better equipped with the scripts and gaining more confidence with that.
Andre, I got a question for you. I'm new. How's everybody doing? Just started Monday, just barely doing my onboarding. Just hearing that was that example of me. I'm a note taker, and I listened to a lot of information that Bella was giving to Travis, and for me, in a lot of those situations, so I'm just kind of bouncing this idea off of you. Like me, when she was saying, "Oh, I'm moving from this state to this state," see, I'd be writing that. I would be writing a lot of that stuff down, what she's looking for, just as she's feeding me that information, so I can repeat it back, so we're on the same page and makes it a more fluid conversation. Would that be something you like individually would recommend? Because see, for me, that helps me memorize and get my conversation going in that right direction.
So what happens is and here's the other thing too that Travis brought up a very amazing point with on a previous role play call. The first thing is like when Travis is saying that, like when I was writing down on my thing. If you want to bring a clipboard with you, if that makes you feel more comfortable and like you're talking to them and you're jotting down, great. What we ultimately want to do is we want to take them to multiple properties, right? So when we're getting a Zillow call or we're picking up, we want to have like 2 or 3 properties that we can take them to. That way we don't have to just throw the whole buyer's consultation at them on one, and we can do it in pieces. And so like, let's say you're at the first house and you're gathering the information from them, and they want 3 beds, 2 baths, pool, whatever it is, then you kind of have that information. It's kind of a little bit easier for you to probably retain that going into the second house, because now you're focusing on a different part of the buyer's consultation. So if you want to take notes and that helps you out, and you just let them know, hey, look, hey, Mr. Buyer, I'm writing some notes down. I just want to make sure that I remember everything that you're telling me. You can completely do that. It just really comes down to like your preference. I think the biggest thing is just being able to convey the message, being able to let them know who the professional is, and just game them up on the home buying process. So nothing wrong with that if that's something you want to do.
Okay. I use a clipboard all the time.
See, so that's why
I get 2. I get actually 2, one for me and one for my buyer. And I have a pen for him and for me. And if he wants to take notes on the listing to remember, especially when he's going to more than one listing, So this way he can remember which one he saw. So I do that because I
Okay.
forget. Because I forget. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest thing, and it's great that you asked that question, Louise. And hey, I was brand new in real estate. So like, trust me, I probably drove Jordan through the freaking wall. I was Jordan's assistant. So a lot of the questions I got out when I was the assistant, but I probably drove him through the wall. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's you're new. You need to ask questions. Like if you're not asking questions, and for anybody, I'm like, okay, like this, so ask questions. We want you to take what you get off of these role plays and put your spin on it. Make it authentic to you, make it work for you. Like we aren't a one-trick pony. There's more than one way to pluck a chicken, right? So we don't want you to say, hey, this is a dictatorship, this is what you have to. No, we're giving you the roadmap. Whichever route you want to take to get to the destination, make it specific to you and make it a route that's enjoyable for you, that's going to get the same job done as it would for anybody else.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No
problem at all. Anybody else have any other questions?
Sorry, I was on a phone call. Would we go over?
No, we were just going over. We were just talking. Just really kind of stressing to them that this is practice. And that the more we practice here and we get on these role play calls, the better we're going to be when we go out in the field. And we're not going to be practicing on these prospects. We're going to be really like honing our skills.
Hell yeah, that's it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Can I ask something?
She's in my pod, Travis, so she can direct that question towards me.
That's fine.
So yesterday after we went through the three houses on the ranch, I asked him, so what do you think? Do you like this? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is there anything specific that stood out for you? He says, so what do you think? You're my realtor. I was like, okay. I didn't know what to say.
So I would just say, great question. I'm not the one that's going to live here. Is this something that you would be happy with?
Okay.
I would just find out what his intentions are with the property. Is he looking to have it as like an investment, or is he looking to have it as a?
Yeah, he's an investor, so he already has a whole map of what he wants to do. What he wants to do with each house on the lot as well. Like he told me the whole thing.
Yeah, so I would have been like, well, I mean, did you happen to see is he just trying to rent them out? Is that what he's trying to do? Or is he trying to flip them? Rent them out?
He wants to, flip them and rent them out.
Yeah, I mean, I would just ask him, hey, like you said, I'm not going to be the one living in this, but, I can do the research for you to see what rent could be in this area, because I've had investors myself that, have asked me, like, so what do you think about the property? I was like, well, you're getting 3 for the price on one, right? Because he's getting 3 houses on one lot. Mm-hmm. You're getting 3 for the price, for the lot. And then you also are able to, rent out each at, it's just knowing what the rental rates are, because I don't know what the current ones are.
That one's out was that like on Airport Way or is like,
I was like, I don't know which one that was.
Yeah, it's on the under. It's across from Airport. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, that's South Manteca 3. It depends on the houses, but like usually what you'll have in areas like that, which because I grew up on a dairy in South Manteca, is you have like multi-generational families.
Yeah.
Usually like families that work in the agriculture industry or things like that. So you'll probably rent them out to like one family, but like 3 different parts of the family. But yeah, like Travis said, like, just flip it back on them. Like, hey, it's a great question. I'm not the one living here though. So you tell me, like, what do you think about it? And kind of what are your ideas on what you want to do with the property? Because then once they give you that, then you're going to know how you need to answer it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. All right. So we are done for the day. I will not be on Hour of Power tomorrow. I'm going golfing. I don't golf. I'm just going to attempt to golf, but I got golfing tomorrow at 9:15. So if anybody needs anything, obviously let Travis, Jordan, and myself know. But yeah, let's just continue to get 1% better each day, and new market, new opportunities. We have a great opportunity in our hands. While agents are getting out of the business, we are just playing offense, and we're putting ourselves in winning situations to really take on new business and help a lot of other people in the industry buy and sell real estate. So I'm super excited about this market. And I'm super excited for all of us, because I think that we're going to really enjoy the fruits of our labors by continuing to show up and doing things like this.
Also, I want to remind everybody that I requested another MailChimp training. So Juby or Claire's going to be on again at 1 to have another training.
Oh, right on. Perfect. Well, guess what? You don't have to see my ugly ass face anymore. Y'all beautiful people, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next time.